Hi there, beautiful beings. I just had a really cool experience and I just had to share it with you. Guys, we're ever expanding or collapsing consciousness. So we can live in expanding consciousness and we can live in anti consciousness. Um, it's our choice. So the earth is a being that is expanding in consciousness and wants to reach higher dimensions. So this is how we get to help her. I just had the coolest experience. So the screen on my phone cracked, and I'm going on a big trip tomorrow. So I just called this guy and I was like, "Hey, can you fit me in?" And he fit me in right away. Went over there, paid the $150, and didn't even think about it, and started my way home. Well, disclosure, like back in the day, I've been very like, mm, just worried about money, and I just was in awe how much I just paid the bill and didn't even think about it. And it occurred to me that as I am receiving the abundance that's my life right now, and as I'm asking and receiving it, I'm expanding consciousness. And as I'm expanding consciousness, I'm raising the frequency not only of where I live, but also as a beacon for planet Earth so that she gets to do the ascending that she's here to do as well. So this is a short little video, but I had to just come on here, guys. Never underestimate you as a deliberate creator. It doesn't just affect your life, although we get to reap the fun benefits of it. It ripples out into expanding the consciousness of the universe and helping planet Earth ascend. Like, how freaking awesome is that, right? And so lately, I've just been spending money without thinking about it. Now, I know that might sound irresponsible, but for me, who grew up pretty poor and grew up pretty always trying to figure out who's going to pay the bill, how the bills are going to get paid, and just bringing that frequency into my whole adulthood. Now, like next week, I'm going to be 50, and I'm finally being like, I receive my abundant life. The mantra that I just came up with is that, um, what was it? My bank account always has the money for what I need and want. My bank account always has the money for what I need and want. Now that might sound self-serving, but for me, and whatever it is for you, that's an old pattern of mine that wasn't true. So the affirmation of my bank account always has money for what I need and want is affirming that the universe is abundant for me and that I accept, allow it, and receive it. So, and maybe money isn't your thing, like growing up pretty poor in a wealthy area, and just for me, the vibration of lack was pretty strong. And so, coming into my 50th year here, it's pretty cool noticing how I've been expanding consciousness to really receive something different. So, what is that for you? Maybe that is money too. We do live in a very abundant culture, but a very lack mentality culture on some levels. So, what is that for you? And when you expand consciousness in your own life, how is that expanding consciousness for the whole universe and the earth herself to be able to sustain higher frequencies? Guys, you know, with the broader perspective of how we live, our energy that we be is never singular. It is never just like, you know, if I'm taking care of myself, that's being selfish. No, that's how we show up for community at large. That's how we show up for the earth at large. That's how we show up for the universe at large. And so recently there was a comment to a post that I posted in my Facebook group. I had said, something about like, weeding the garden, really taking care of you first. And someone had a strong reaction to that, to being like, come into the helping community, and sometimes we have to make sacrifices. And for me, those sacrifices for expanding consciousness and raising the vibration on the planet and the collective, that sacrifice actually means that I take time to meditate, that I take time to watch what ingredients I'm putting into my life vibrationally. I take the time to do yoga, to eat well, to raise my vibration in every area of my life. That's the sacrifice I make. But the sacrifice that this person was talking about, I think was something different, was that give up on yourself so that you can be strong, so you can be something for community. And I just don't think it works that way. So the sacrifices, if you want to call it that we make to expand consciousness and to shift the vibrational collective, would be to really tune in to where your limited thoughts, feelings, and emotions are, to tune in where fear is, where's the fear vibration, and go there and see what needs to be up leveled, what needs to be looked at, what needs to be held, what story needs to be updated, and then play there to expand your consciousness around that. And let me tell you, anyone who's going through that same vibrational story and you're doing the work to expand it, you actually are starting to shift it for everybody else on the planet. So please never, never underestimate your personal growth and vibrational awakening work. It affects everyone. It affects the collective, it affects the earth, it affects the universe at large. You are expanding consciousness by expanding your own consciousness and by coming into expanding your own life, up-leveling your life, living your best life now is actually expanding consciousness beyond your life, if that makes any sense. So I wanted to just get on here quick today to give this quick message that by taking care of you is never not sacrificing. That is a really warped mentality. So if you want to look at it as a sacrifice, think about you're sacrificing your time to take care of your spirit, your vibrational alignment, and that is what is going to help the community, the collective, the earth, and the universe. So beautiful people, keep expanding your consciousness. Live consciously instead of anti-conscious. Now, I've mentioned that before in some of my videos. What is anti-consciousness? Anti-consciousness is when you have an awareness of what would expand consciousness and expand your life, and you don't choose for it. You're aware of it, but you don't choose it. That's anti-consciousness. So it's just a choice at this point, okay? As we start to grow our consciousness, expand consciousness, your awareness is going to be very bright. It's going to be very clear to you what the path of up-leveling and expanding consciousness and helping the earth ascend, it's going to be very clear. That light path is going to be pretty clear on some level. And if you choose against it, that's just a choice. That's not right or wrong, but that is anti-consciousness, and you're not helping the earth expand. So choose what you will, but I was just giddy with joy as I was coming back from getting my phone fixed, realizing that I just paid the guy without even thinking that it was $150. That I knew there was money in the bank, and I just knew that I was just going to pay it. We're going on a big, like, 2-week trip right now, and in the past, I would have been like, pinching pennies, being, oh, we probably need, enough money. I shouldn't, like, and like, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any of that frequency in my body, like, at all. So that's an expansion of my own consciousness. And I just wanted to name that because it feels really, really good. It feels so much lighter. And then it occurred to me that lightness is affecting and rippling out my children It's affecting my community. It's affecting the collective at large. It's affecting the consciousness of the of planet Earth. It's affecting and ripples out into the whole universe. So never underestimate your own personal awakening, expansion, and vibrational alignment, beautiful people. It matters. Okay. All right. Well, I will see you on the other side um, in Belize. I'll be doing my next Friday live on, what is it, August, let's see, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, I think. I'll be trying to come to you live in my live stream on Friday from Belize. So be sure to join in for that. All right, have a beautiful day. Namaste.